We like to pray with you now. Thank you so much.
Going straight to the point, welcome to the channel, right? So I'm going to share with you guys the statement made by the President of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, on the appointment of members of National Executive, right? He started saying, fellow South Africans, just over a month ago, on the 19th of May, the people of South Africa voted in the watershed election. In casting their votes, the people made it clear that they expect political parties to work together to deliver on the mandate of transformation, growth, and renewal. To give effect to this mandate, it was agreed that the Government of National Unity, which brings together parties across the political spectrum, should be reformed, right? This Government of National Unity should be bound by certain fundamental principles and would undertake a basic minimum program of priorities. Following discussions of the course of the last few weeks, a total of 11 parties have elected to work together in government and parliament. They are the African National Congress, that's the leading party, Democratic Alliance, Patriotic Alliance, Encounter Freedom Party, Good Party, Pan-Africanist Congress of Azania, Freedom Front Plus, United Democratic Movement, Ari Jamar, Rise Mzansi, and the United Africans Transformation. Those are 11 parties. The participation between the Government of National Unity parties is guided by the Statement of Intent, which outlines fundamental principles and the minimum program of priorities. All the parties have made a commitment to respect the Constitution and to promote an accountable and transparent governance, evidence-based policy and decision-making, and the professionalization of the public service, integrity, and governance. The incoming government will prioritize rapid, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth and creation of more just society by tackling problem and inequality. The establishment of Government of National Unity in its current form is unrepresented in the history of each of the parties. You have had to consider not only the immediate needs of the country, we have also had to consider the stability, effectiveness, and duration of the government we are establishing. It is true that some South Africans have expressed concern about the length of time it has taken to form the government. As the discussions have unfolded, they have been worried about the effect of a protracted process in the confidence and stability. At the same time, many people have pointed to the experience of other countries that have a far longer history of democracy, where the formation of multi-party government have sometimes taken several months. As a relatively young democracy, we should be proud that we have moved to establish a government comprised of 11 parties within such a short space of time. Through our discussions, we have been able to build consensus on the tasks of government. We have shown that there are no problems that are too difficult or too intractable that they cannot be solved through dialogue. This evening, I'm pleased to announce the members of the National Executive who will bear corrective responsibilities to give effect to the will of electorate. In the forming of National Executive, we have had to consider several factors and advance a number of key principles. We have had to ensure that the incoming government will be effective and that it will have people with experience, skills, and capabilities to deliver on its mandate. It is important that we deploy into positions of responsibilities people who are committed, capable, and hardworking, and who have integrity. We have had to ensure that all the parties are able to participate meaningfully in the national executive and that the diversity of the views of South Africans is properly reflected. We have sought to ensure that the national executive is representative of the people of South Africa, giving due consideration to gender, youth, demographics, and regional distributions. We want South Africans to see themselves reflected not only in the composition of the government, but also in its policies and programs.
Given the challenges that the country faces today and considering the electoral mandate this government must implement, I have decided to make certain changes to the national government portfolio. In the course of the 6th democratic administration, we indicated our intention to reduce the number of portfolios in the national executive. However,
due to the need to ensure that the national executive is inclusive of all the parties to the government of national unity, this has not been possible. In some instances, we have considered it necessary to separate certain portfolios to ensure that there is sufficient focus on its issues. The Minister of Electricity and Energy will be merged. There will be separate Ministry of Mineral and Petroleum Resources. The Ministry of Agriculture will be separated from the Ministry of Land Reform and Rural Development. The Ministry of Higher Education will be separated from the Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation.
The Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Development will be separated from the Ministry of Corrective Services. There will no longer be a Ministry of Public Enterprises. The coordinations of the relevant public enterprises will be located in the Presidency during the process of implementing a new stakeholders model.
I have decided to make the following appointment to the National Executive. The Deputy President is Paul, the National Agriculture, the Deputy Minister of whatever. So many people around, right? Which I am not going into that. But he continues saying that these men and women we have appointed to the executive are drawn from all corners of our country. They reflect the diversity of our nation. They have a responsibility to work together to serve the people as a whole. None of the members of the national executive have been appointed to serve the interests of the particular constituent, a particular party, or a particular section of society. Collectively and individually, they are responsible to the people of South Africa. In the spirit of partnership and collaboration, the incoming government will work together with other formations to convene the national dialogue. Through this national dialogue, all parties, civil society groups, labor businesses, and other stakeholders will be invited to work together to address the critical challenges facing the country. We call on all South Africans to participate in the national dialogue and to give their support to this government of national unity as it begins its work. As the leaders of political parties, as ministers and deputy ministers, as public representatives, we understand and accept the responsibilities that we bear. We have all been called upon to serve the people of this country, and we do so to the uppermost of our ability. I thank you, issued by the President of the Republic of South Africa, Pretoria. Thank you guys for listening. My name is Cedric Ishimwe Kigali, Rwanda. And of course, I come back in another statement of our President Paul Kagame when he got elected, right? Please, guys, subscribe to my channel, comment down below, and share, for us to be able to continue to deliver a lot on this channel, right? Thank you so much. That was Cyrille Ramaphosa. Hasta la vista.